juggy with it. Get juggy with it. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring a ding a ding. Ring a ding a ling ding dong. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Miami. I'm going to Miami. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Whoa, Smuff in the house. What was Miami like? What was Miami like? Vlog. Road report.
From Miami, the question is, was the sales pitch from Will Smith accurate? Yeah. Miami, South Beach, bringing heat. Ha. Can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel that? Jig it out, Here I am in the place where I come to let go. Miami base, sunset low, every day Mardi Gras, every party all day long. No work, all play. This is not true. Every place that we went, there were actually employees working. You can hear the beautiful ethnics driving around doing all kinds of delivery service activities. This was not correct. I heard one person playing the bass music, so we'll give Will Smith 1 point there. I was not able to call him. I did try to call to get jiggy. He said that there was another song, Ring My Bell, I don't know. I did ask many people around the city of Miami if they were familiar with Big Willie. I kept asking about Big Willie, and they directed me to a bar.
To the gay bar, dude.
This bar, but apparently they don't.
I kept asking for Big Willie. They sent me to the Fresh and Fit event.
They're not familiar with Big Willie style here. So again, I was misled. We sip a little something, lay the rest to the spill. Me and Charlie at the bar running up high bills. I went to many bars, did not see Will Smith at any bars. This was, again, misleading.
No Will Smith at all in Miami. I didn't have time to edit out that stupid video, so I just played you the video. We had a strange series of events the last 5 days. It was an acid trip, to be sure. I did not get any Big Willie. I requested everywhere we went, every restaurant. I'm looking for Big Willie. They directed me to the Skittles bar. It's not what I was looking for. And I would say no. I would say Will Smith's advertising for Miami, which is what the song is not accurate. I saw a beautiful rainbow diversity array. And as a honky cracker man, I was a minority. So I felt special as a minority. I did not see all those beautiful ladies that the lore of Miami tells us about. So I think we need to get together some sort of class action lawsuit against Big Willie for his false advertising a la his going to Miami. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel like this boy right here.
Boy, always doing too much. Man, boy, it's this alcohol. Acting like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit.
This is alcohol right there. See, this white boy has more black boy in him than the black boy has. Reality is getting crazy.
Boy, always doing too much. Man, boy, it's this alcohol. Acting
Doing too much. It's just alcohol.
like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit.
You act like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit, you act like a kid, it's alcohol. This is my favorite video of the week right here, boy. It's just alcohol. Shit. I like just the sound of the spray bottle. Because that spray bottle sound like how that dude would laugh. He got that. You know that white dude right there go. That's how you know. That's how he laughs. And that spray, that squirt bottle, that spray bottle right there. That's just like how he laughs. Right? Listen to that squirt again.
We're always doing too much. Man, boy, it's this alcohol. Acting like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit.
It's just alcohol. Listen to the squirt bottle though. That's my favorite part. Oh yeah.
We're always doing too much. Man, boy, it's this alcohol. Acting like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit. We're always doing too much. Man, boy, it's this alcohol. Acting like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit.
Hey, dude. Hey, Jay, man, what was that Fresh and Fit event like? Tell me what it was like. Shit, I was getting prepped, getting my hair. I was doing this right here for 3 hours for that event right here.
We're always doing too.
Yeah, that's what it was like, right? The whole event was that 3 hours of that right there. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna show y'all what it was like. This is alcohol, man. This is alcohol. See, I was the whitest black boy there. Shit, is this alcohol, man? I didn't get to meet no Myron. I didn't get to do none of that. I did say hi to Fresh. But that event was crazy. Before we get to that, though, we're going to talk a little bit about a little bit of lemony snicket. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of lemony snicket. Because it was a series of unfortunate events. And I was lemony snicking it over there in Miami. Ha ha. Anyway, we had basically 5 days of insanity. Originally, we drove down there for Luke Rudkowski's podcast. I didn't know there was going to be some other interesting characters there. Ian Crossland, who I'm sure you know, the Minds bro, was there across of me, sitting diagonally across of me. A libertarian man was there, Clint something. And I'm not trying to be insulting or rude to this man. I didn't know him. But he was sitting across, re-diagonally over in this direction towards the fridge. And there was a couple points in the discussion where I thought we was going to get a little debatey. However, that did not happen. That's okay, though. we got a little... I kept it calm. And then we went into discussion on spirituality, bad LSD trips, the demonic. It was a good podcast. We had a good time. Started with politics, and then in the second hour we got a little more intense. Got to have some really good discussions with Ian. Of course, Ian is very much sort of interested in the psychedelic experience and I guess you could say kind of Gnostic types of views. So Ian and I had a good back and forth. We had a similar type of philosophical discussion when I was on Timcast last January. And we had a good dinner that night with Luke and Ian and some of their friends. It was a lot of fun. And then the next day I thought, well, you know, not much is going on. I'll do a couple podcasts. Did a podcast with Top Lobster and his bro. We had a good chat on the differences between Protestant and Orthodox church history. And then I did the fourth hour of Lord Voldemort, which I didn't expect actually to be anything that interesting per se. I mean, I think that most of the fourth hours I try to make them interesting. People always ask, did you do a lot of preparation? Do you prepare all week? No. Actually, what I typically do is sometimes I will be reading something that week. Something like, I don't know, Whitney Webb's book or something like a geopolitical text, full spectrum dominance, something like that. And then I'll have that fresh in my mind, fresh and fit in my mind. And that's what I'll kind of go extemporaneously from. So all the fourth hours are improv. They're all extemporaneous. None of them, I don't have notes. Every now and then I'll have a couple notes. And so I didn't really have. I usually kind of just wait to sense like what's kind of on my mind or my heart that day. And not much was on my mind, and so I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? I'm not really sure yet. And a lot of times I'll kind of listen to what Alex says in the first hour to try to figure out what I'm going to talk about in the fourth hour. It doesn't always go together, but I thought, well, I had this in-depth chat with Luke on his podcast about spirituality, demons, do hallucinogens open up portals to the demonic. This will actually tie into the David Icke stuff coming up here in a minute. And so we had such a good conversation, and you should go watch that podcast over on Grumble, on Bumble. Swipe left on me over on Bumble, where you can watch that podcast. Put me in your favorites, baby. Luke brought up a lot of interesting questions in that podcast. Lo and behold, I turn on the fourth hour, and there's Luke. And so we ended up in this conversation briefly about demons and portals again with Lord Voldemort and Luke. And then Lord Voldemort said, take over. And so I just kind of immediately went with God's existence and the history of spiritual warfare and demons and archons and all this kind of stuff. That then led to me discussing the principles that we find in nature that end up being kind of the geometric structures and things that demonstrate telos, right? Purpose, design, intentionality in the world. That really, I would argue, is really only explained by the existence of God. Kind of a standard type of talk that, we've always fallen back on over here on this channel. You can go to the front page of my channel here, and you'll see down at the bottom there's a whole series of lectures on metaphysics from 5 or 6 years ago. And the second talk there is about numbers proving God. And I thought that might be interesting because I haven't talked about that on the fourth hour. We're going on 3 years now of hosting the fourth hour of Lord Voldemort. And so I thought, why not go back to something like that? We haven't really covered that. We covered a lot of philosophy, a lot of geopolitics, not a lot of philosophy. Every now and then I'll throw it in. And I think it turned out pretty good because over on Twitter, Lord V posted it. And you'll notice it got a lot of views here. So we're getting up there in the viewage, which is good to see after many years of hard work and fighting against a lot of what I think is throttling and suppression and so forth. So it's finally kind of paying off, I hope. And we're breaking through, hopefully, to a bigger audience. Now, this was good to see. I was glad that Lord V gave us that promotion and posted that. That was cool. However, I didn't expect a whole lot more to come out of this. So I'm taking you through the wild, it's not exactly the weekend to me, but to let you know how this weird series of events all came about. It's just pretty crazy. I might also talk about some of the basic flaws in Gnosticism because, as you probably have imagined, I don't think David Icke, humanity, I don't think he will debate me. So, now, before all of that, we had a normal, I guess you could say, fourth hour and all that. Didn't think much of it. Then we had this event. And now, originally, Andrew had said, hey, come to this thing. It's going to be, there's going to be debates going on. Okay, so at first I thought it's the podcast, and then, I'm going to be in here in battle hoe mode because this is one of several podcasts where it's like, right, you got battle toads in the 80s. Nowadays it's battle hoes. Okay. That's what I thought we were going to be at. Then Andrew thought, actually, this is something different. It's a live event. And perhaps there will be a Muhammad hijab or something like that. So I don't know if he heard this or if this was something he batted around with Fresh and Fit, or if it was an idea that he had, or maybe they thought Muhammad Hijab would be there. And so Andrew said, hey, you ready to debate hijab? And I said, yeah, let's do it. So I mentioned to Lewis and Kai, hey, guys, we might have a debate tomorrow. Things are getting crazy. Impromptu Muhammad Hijab debate. He would be the last of the well-known, popular Islamic apologists that I've not yet debated. I mean, there may be one out there. I don't know. Maybe there's two more. I don't know. But he's one of the bigger, well-known ones that we haven't had a debate with yet. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then, of course, Lewis thought, no, it's going to be a trap. Watch out. Well, then later on, no, there's not going to be hijab there. There won't be a debate. But they'll be debating the ladies of the evening or something. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'm not opposed to debating the ladies of the evening. Sure, okay, let's do that. So then we get there. I don't know exactly what to expect. No idea what to expect. And got to meet JimBob, so that was cool. That was the first thing that happens. By the way, in the midst of this, little side note, an interesting cul-de-sac, a little side story. This country boy here who's a fan, shout out to him. I'm not dissing him. He made a great point here, which I think is applicable to how people interpret and experience the internet. And I totally agree with this point, but a lot of people missed his point. And here was the point. About 3 months ago, when we did our, several months ago, 8 months ago, we did our first LA event. My buddy Mark Hackard gave me a Soviet spy camera, the little Minox spy camera. And when he gave it to us, Jamie held it up and I took a picture of it. Everybody thought it was a pregnancy test. I mean, from far away, I guess it kind of looks like a pregnancy test. But the funny thing was that there was a brief description of just got a KGB Soviet era spy cam as a gift. So right beneath it, it explained it. And many comments underneath it were people saying, congratulations, you're having a child, good job, glad to see Jamie's pregnant. And I'm like, how come nobody read like it says right there what it is? It's not a pregnancy test. So basically, even though it was visible on the screen, you didn't have to click to get the full description. It was visible there like one sentence. Nobody read the description right there. And what this shows is that many people just react. And there's no thought behind anything. And I think a lot of the internet, a lot of the friction, the faux fighting and all of this, it's actually intended to get us in the mode of constantly reacting without any thinking. And that's going to be relevant because of the clip I'm about to play of the madness and insanity that went down at the live Fresh and Fit event, which we were there in the VIP section to see. But this point, it's just funny because everything that happened that was so wild over the last 4 or 5 days seemed to be disconnected. But actually, it all kind of makes sense because a lot of it has to do with like delusions and misinterpretations and weird ideas that people get and then run with. And think about the emotive reactions that were displayed. This guy made a funny point.
Jay Dyer posted a picture, I believe it was of him and his wife, and either he or her was holding up an old Russian spy cam. I believe it was a gift to him. He says what it is in the description and caption, that it's an old Russian spy cam. And then back to back in the comments are people commenting, congratulations. They all assumed it was a pregnancy test. Did it look like one? Sure. But he said what it was. These weren't trolling comments. There was too many of them for that. But the problem is people just see things and react. Now imagine if this approach was used to interpret and analyze the world, politics, things on the TV, the scriptures. This is why we call it reactionary theology. It's just a reaction without actually seeing what's really being said.
Yes, this guy nails it. He's spot on. I'll show you the picture too. And yeah, it does kind of look like a KGB spy camera or whatever. That's not, what am I doing? I'm trying to get the picture of what's in question. Anyway, it's not even that big. Like, the picture's not the point. The point is that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, a large portion of the people underneath the image. So here's the KGB spy camera. And if you're on your phone, like my comment right there, Jamie holding an actual KGB Cold War spy camera. Very cool. Not a pregnancy test. And then we have so many comments underneath it, you can't read it because you got to log in. They're like, congratulations, what are you going to name it? Blah, blah, blah. So, point being, just like in last week's couple viral tweets that I did where I was kind of poking fun at Con Inc. And it was a joke about, there was a picture of Nala and Destiny and Dave Rubin and somebody else. And I was just kind of laughing at what, checking in on conservative media. It was a joke, obviously. There were probably 300 comments conservatively because it went pretty viral. 300,000 or something views. A lot of shares. Informing me that Destiny is not a conservative commentator. I mean, just like, dude. I mean, just a few seconds of thought on the post would have obviously shown that it was a joke. No. I mean, we're at people don't get anything. People are just they're being turned into just mush, man. They don't get anything. There's no intelligence behind it. It's just reactions. That's it. And so anything with a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of challenge, a little bit of nuance is lost. I mean, it's not. Nobody's interested in any of that at all. So basically, the slow boy dystopia is upon us. That's the point here. There is the super chat. By the way, you can support the show via super chats right there. Now, let's get to the next phase after that little interlude with reactions, because I had no idea what to expect. I thought we were going to be battling hoes. I wasn't which is fine. I didn't have to, I told Andrew and JimBob, I will come on stage if they ask me. If they don't, it's fine. I don't care. So I wasn't asked, and that's cool. It doesn't bother me at all. And it ended up being okay because this ended up being a very bizarre event. I wouldn't say it wasn't entertaining. And we were there because originally I thought, okay, I might get to debate hijab. That didn't happen. Thought I might still get to debate. That didn't happen. That's okay. We had other friends of ours that came, and so we were having a good time hanging out in the back. And then the first question that gets asked is, what is success to you? And you think, okay, this is just going to be a men's event where the guys are all talking about, I don't know, like finance bro and side hustle bro stuff, right? Which is kind of what it is, but that's not where things went. Things got pretty testy, testosterone-y, pretty, or maybe testosteroid, testosteroidy, pretty quick, over nothing. So check this out. There was a lot of fanfare here.
Yes, and we'll start with Biame Kevo.
How did I find success?
How do you define success? What does that mean for you?
Success is, being free, being able to do what I want to do every day when I wake up.
This is some sort of rapper. I don't know who this is. And then we got this random crypto bro here.
Yeah, same thing. Being able to do what you want, when you want, and with whom you want, whenever you want to do it. Because a lot of people don't have that level of freedom.
Anything at all? It's a very Crowleyan definition there. Freedom is being able to do anything I want, anytime I want, with anyone, wherever. I don't think I want that much freedom. I don't think Crowley wanted that much freedom. That's a little excessive on the freedom scale, right? Like, I just can put my thing in anything at any time. I can unalive things at any time. This is just kind of,
freedom in the world. So 100%.
Yaros?
To be honest, it's working in what you love, because you gotta wake up and love your life. You just create that, that life you just want to live every day. You want to stop, Sometimes I don't want to sleep and I want to wake up earlier because I live the life I want to live. I also with my wife, like I'm married but not trapped. It's not like I hide shit. It's everything is up front. Like I don't hide anything and I show everything. So,
Blessed man.
Tony Montana. You want it all? I want it all, bro. I want it all. I want it all.
Okay.
Now, this is where things start to get interesting. This is Wes Watson, who is a influencer, I guess is what he's a former inmate who then kind of did the I'm going to tell you what it's like on the inside and how to do this. It's sort of very similar to Sean Atwood's channel in the vein of Sammy the Bull, right? Gonna tell the stories and this kind of stuff. I was not familiar with this person, so I didn't know who he was. I didn't go and network because I didn't know who these dudes were. So I'm not trying to insult these players and hustlers, but I just didn't know who any of these people were. So we were there to see this debate. What didn't end up being a debate. It was very entertaining. So if they were shooting for entertainment, the first 30 minutes was some of the best entertainment I've seen in a long time. And so Wes kind of kicks off what will become the fracas as he gives his definition of what is success.
Okay. And my definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't
ripped, rich, and rare. Just like I like my steaks. I like my men's like I like my steaks. Ripped, rich, and rare. Okay. Now, if you just listen to the voice, he sounds like if Father Moses had not become Christian. He's got the Father Moses voice.
stand out. If you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass. But this is a whole...
My attention is got already. Because I have been known as I am known as a big titty clown. We all know that's kind of what I'm known as. So my attention was grabbed right here.
Fucking point. You have a weakness. Change it.
What can I say? Okay, I'm kind of like Pennywise. You know what I'm saying? I'm Pennywise with double D's, baby. That's me.
Motherfucker. How the fuck are you going to lead people if you don't realize your weakness is their way out? They're not going to listen to you. You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say.
I'm pretty much Fabio. Fabio's on the net. Exactly. Right? So not every dude has to be a sort of a large prison man. You could also be a young, handsome Fabio, as myself.
Oh, it's not about the money. It's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black...
It's about mid-grade Movado watch. That's getting paid, buddy. You want to get paid? Write a damn book, lazy man. Write a book about Hollywood. Become a producer. Blackmail people underneath you. Get paid. That's what I'm talking about. My book, Esoteric Hollywood, will teach you how to become a Weinstein. How to wine and dine like a Weinstein. Esoteric Hollywood 1 and 2. Signed copies at jaysanalysis.com. Teaching you how to become a bazillionaire through Jeff Stein McCaffrey methods. Tried and true practice and preached via Hollywood. I've decoded it. Get my books. Learn it. And earn it. Blab it, grab it. Name it, claim it, blab it, grab it. Learn it, earn it. I just made all that up on the spot right there. Look at that. Look at that.
White life. It's the gray area. You have to be good at everything.
Jamie's like, he ain't no big titty Pennywise. He ain't no big titty Pennywise. If you a clown with man boobs, I'm not even listening to you, right? Shout out to Wes Watson.
That's the goal, to really excel in every area. I roll in most rooms with successful entrepreneurs, and it's pathetic. They'll have like a before and after picture of their fitness shit, and their after picture looks like their before pic. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're not embarrassed of this shit? Like, you have enough money, and that's what you put out. You're that big of a pussy. Like, I just can't get behind anything that's not done at a high level. So knock the one thing off the board.
Lot of low level boys in the crowd tonight. I'm gonna start screaming at y'all. Get your junk together now, boys. Get your poop together. Get my books and learn how to start your own Jeff Simon McCaffrey P. Diddy operation and earn $1 zillion and put it into poop coin. Now, just kidding, by the way. That's not registered financial advice.
First, then the next thing. Jados is ripped, rich, and rare. I mean, the whole thing. What's rare mean to me? It means no vices.
Ripped, rich, rare. Steaks, carnivore diet. That's what it means.
It means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. Don't have to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. I don't need you to be a billion.
Big and rich. Country. Honky tonk badonkadonk. That's what I'm talking about.
To say you're rich, or other people, they'll see that even I rent my place. It's $95,000 a month. But they're like, you rent your place. It's like, you dumb motherfucker. You don't understand how to even operate at my level. People don't buy a $24 million. You ain't even near my
level. Listen, punks in the audience. Listen, all you chunky chads. Listen, chunky chads. Your grandmother isn't near my level. Your grandmother's in a dementia home. And I'm calling over there right now, and I'm telling them to stop giving her tendies. She don't deserve them. Your grandmother ain't near my level. Your grandmother is poor. Your grandmother was probably in the Depression. She probably put her money on wheat stocks in 1929. That's your grandmother. Your grandmother was a Dust Bowl farmer. Poor boy. Your grandmother was weak. My grandmother was strong. My grandmother won the strongman competition and in the men's division as a woman. You're weak, by the way. Did I mention that? This is to get you guys motivated. I'm trying to help you. You didn't even have a grandmother. You were born without a grandmother. We don't even know how, and it's not miraculous. It's just weird. You're weak. You have no elderly lineage to speak of. You're not ripped. You're not rich. You're not rare. Your grandmother was weak. She wasn't ripped, rich, and rare. Your grandmother is old, dry meat, like a dry rub. And she's just aging in the dementia home like dry rub. That's your grandmother. So I hope you boys feel offended and insulted, because that's to get your attention. The insults, the hurt, that's to catch you off guard, son. That's to inspire change in you, because you're a weak wimp. And by the way, prison will make you awesome.
They buy $24 million worth of properties that would bring them more money. You don't dump all that into that fucking liability and live in some $24 million pad you bought, stupid. You fucking make investments and you bring it back to this. But everybody thinks they know some shit.
Stupid ass.
And if you don't have the results that I want in some area, I can't fucking listen to you. So most people, I won't listen to them. What are they going to tell me? Some motherfucker comes up to me at the gym and he's like, hey, you should do your push-ups like this. And I say, why? So I can look like you, motherfucker? Huh. And the guy's like, oh, no, but like, it looks like you're going to hurt your... Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I could tell you how to do some wonderful hair care to look like this, mother freaker, because you don't got our hair. Oh, all these angry bald boys. We've had so many years of anger from the bald boys attacking over here. We don't even do nothing to them. They just come after us. Makes me wonder if David Icke isn't wearing a toupee and he's secretly bald because he's mad at me now. I didn't do 92 to David Icke. Why is he mad at me? I'm just joking, by the way. This dude could not have locks of this character.
Up, dude. I'm end up with your chest if I do that shit. Why would I want that? Or these motherfuckers go in my comments and I'll say some shit on purpose. I'm like, rent or buy. And if you ain't at the level to even do either of these, shut the fuck up and don't even participate. And they just get mad. It's like you don't get to have.
For real though, what diva has hair at this level? Perhaps Ian Crossland. I was in his presence. He did seem to have some important locks. I must admit, they registered on a scale of celebrity diva locks. But they weren't like this. You think this man could grow this mane? You think this man could be a small Fabio like myself? No. That's what I'm trying to say. We got different styles, different types of players. Okay, not everybody has to be big prison player. You can be Goldilocks player like myself. And shut up, by the way, because your grandmother's poor. I can sense it through the screen. All the pores. Your grandmother was getting food rationings during 1929. I can sense it. You probably still have some of the government notes and probably small scraps of the government cheese that Franklin Delano Roosevelt rolled out. He rolled out. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was Roosevelting out and rolling them rolls of cheese to your grandmama on her knees, please. That's called rap music. I learned it at the Fresh and Fit event.
Have an opinion if it's not an option for you. You don't get to say my chick's BBL and her fake tits aren't for you. You couldn't get her, you dumb mother.
I don't even know the lingo, dude. What's the name? BBL. My chick's a BLT, Patty Melt. My chick's a Patty Melt. BLT, BBW, baby. Jamie's a BBW, BLT, Patty Melt. She's in there laughing. I don't even know what his lingo means, man. It's a bunch of prison lingo. We got some 304s on a 420. I don't know any of the other cop numbers. All the prison dudes, they're always talking like cop lingo, right? Like, I know the damn law, dude. I've been arrested so many damn times I could get a law degree. I know the law. We got a 411 on a 304. That means a hoe. We're just getting crazy tonight.
Motherfucker, you got a goddamn 3. And that's the worst thing about these motherfuckers. They try to give you relationship advice. Motherfucker, you got a borderline Miami 2. Woo! That's like a fucking Mississippi 6. Like,
going to Mississippi. Na 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 na. Get jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Will Smith gonna take me to Mississippi and get me a Mississippi 6. I'm going to Miami to get a 2 to take her to Mississippi. Na 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 na. Ay papi, ay papi. Minvido di Miami. How's it go? Bienvenidos a Miami. Yeah. By the way, the best part of that song is when Will Smith's sort of rap song turns into a Gloria Estefan Miami Sound Machine song. What? Will? Big Willie style. Why would you turn your song into a Gloria Estefan song? I thought you were a hardcore rap man. I thought you was Will, the blue blood Fresh Prince from the ghetto. And no, I did not see all of these women. Where are all the women of Miami that Will Smith was talking about? It wasn't there. I mean, maybe we're in the wrong area. I'm not sure. Right? So here's what Will Smith promised me. So here's Will Smith. He's over here on Fresh and Fit's private jet flying over to Miami. Okay, we landed. This is right. Yeah, this is what I did. Went to the local Cuban restaurants. There's many of those. Popped up in there. Give me some of that hot spicy chicken diarrhea. Give me that. Give me this Asian woman right here. Okay, we riding over to the Fresh and Fit event. Nice, smooth looking. Got freaking tank tops on. Nobody wears tank tops. Big willies. Phallic references. We got a little bit of storm coming in. While we're walking over on the stop. That looks like where we were. Yes, accurate. Did not see Will Smith anywhere. The beach did not look like this. Okay. It was all fat dudes, fat chicks. And then Will Smith decides that at night everything turns into Gloria Estefan's Miami Style Machine. So no, I didn't see any of that. Why would he make that his song? I don't know. It's just weird. Let's go back to Wes Watson getting us into Hustlers Boot Camp, baby.
What the fuck you talking about? Don't give me relationship advice to my 10 when you got a 2, motherfucker. Shut up. But this whole thing. People don't...
I'm going to Miami. That's my Will Smith.
I don't think I'm going to put the measuring stick to their mother...
Myron got a little bit of Will Smith going. He got a little bit of Will Smith in him. He kind of favors a little bit of Will Smith.
Fucking face. They better just watch what they say around a motherfucker who's beating them in every area. And if someone is beating you, just ask them. Just be humble. Beck, your bitch is better than mine. How'd you get her? That car's way more than mine. How'd you do it? You make more than me. What's up? Like, just fucking ask. And that's the thing.
That's
People
what
are
I'm
humble.
saying. Learn the game. Learn the Hollywood game and set up a production studio and a BLACK mail everybody.
Enough to ask. That's my shit. It's got to be across the board. You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better fucking be rolling some
Wait a
sick
minute.
shit.
I thought it was the 3 R's. Rich, rare, ripped. Now I got to throw in a B? You can't throw a B in on these R's. And by the way, ripped, rich, rare, wrapped, like a wrap, W-R-A-P. Right? That's how you, when you go to nah, never mind. Let's throw out there. But now we got to make a B work in here. A bad bitch. I feel like it needs to be another R. I just don't understand. Rip, rich, rare, bad bitch. What? By the way, I'm the baddie that gets called out. I'm the Gnostic baddie, right? I'm the bad bitch to the Gnostics.
I grew up hustling. There has to be rims on my goddamn Phantom.
Hustling or hustling? Hustling. Is this prison lingo for something I don't understand? I grew up hustling. Hustling? Is that what hussies do? I don't know. What's a huss? What's hustling? Hey man, you hustling still? Hustling. You mean hustling?
Front. That ain't normal Phantom. That's a Mansory Phantom. I don't have the normal shit.
A what? Man, I don't know none of this lingo. I feel out of touch. You're out of touch. I'm out of time.
Fuck that. Chick's got upgrades. Done.
Well said, Wes. God damn, with the fire. Shit.
We do.
So that was your motivational talk for the day. Y'all boys, y'all poor boys, y'all po boys in the audience motivated? Feel like we need a Sergeant Bilko up in everybody's face. Was that Damon Wayans? Wasn't Damon Wayans wasn't he a drill instructor at a fat camp? Wasn't that a Wayans Brothers movie? Remember that? Is that Sergeant Bilko? I can't remember what it is. Anyway. So, after all of that knowledge and wisdom that got dropped, things are about to get heated.
What we do? I've been watching Goldie's content. That's the reason. I've been watching Goldie's content. He be getting me in trouble. My chick don't like.
And who's Goldie, by the way? That Goldie, you talking about the somewhat popular 2000s era DJ who married Bjork? That Goldie? In a city life, in a city pressure. I don't think that's the Goldie he's talking about. So who's Goldie? Is that the blonde? The dyed hair? Bro. Hey, bro. You gotta get paid, bro.
Like his content. She's like, he's making too much sense.
Shout out to Goldie. All right, what about you?
Supposed to follow that up?
It's tough, right?
Get him. Well, hey, what you guys
Now comes Andrew and JimBob. This is when things get exciting.
were saying earlier, I need to know what the fuck you said in English.
Okay, so my definition of success will probably be far different than everybody else's on the panel. I'll probably maybe be the lone dissenter, but my definition of success is having a family, having children, and being part of the apparatus of the world. And true wealth is a rejection of materialism. As Christ said himself, what good does it benefit a man to gain the entire world at the cost of his soul? And essentially, when I think of wealth, I think of materialism. It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point, ultimately. You're trying to go for a single thing, and it's to achieve something greater
Do you have
than
money?
the person.
Does he have money?
No.
Do you have money?
No, I don't have.
This was actually pretty funny because this. So I'm guessing that this guy looked at Andrew and thought, well, Andrew's got the working class garb on, so he doesn't have money. That will be the thing to immediately call him out on. And the funny part was that Andrew kept insisting that he has no money. This was genuinely funny, right? Because this guy really thought that he was going to get this big own out of, Andrew not wanting to admit that, I guess, he's got the middle class, styles rolling. And then Andrew's like doubles down on, nah, man, I'm actually lower middle class. And it gets, the prison man doesn't know how to handle this. He sort of short circuits, and then it just goes haywire from here.
How much money do you have?
I don't
Does he
have money. But here's the thing. Why is money valuable?
Do you have money?
What is money valuable for?
I'm just asking. Do you have money?
I just said no. I'm broke. I'm a nobody.
No, but really, you are?
Yeah.
Is he really broke?
Yeah.
He can't believe, he's like, what's this dude doing on the stage?
I just want to know. I have to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of these rich guys. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't have a Lambo.
I just really have to know. Like, how much money you got?
Probably the $5 in my pocket. Not much more.
Can anyone?
Andrew's sitting there in jeans with a cigarette. He's just like, $5.
Answer for the guy.
Why do they think I'm kidding? I have a family. I take care of an entire family. That takes a lot of money.
All right. He's doing all right.
Okay,
it's okay.
This is the thing, you guys. If you ain't fit, you can't say it's not all about being in good shape.
Why not?
If you don't have money, you can't say it's not all about money.
Yeah, why
But
not?
if he does have money, he can say that.
Why not?
He
Why can't you say? Why must you have the thing before you hang on? Let me ask the question.
Because hypothetical is hypocritical.
Let me ask the question.
Hypothetical.
So now they're immediately getting into morals, right? So, okay, money is a tool. Like, is it an end in itself? What's the point of money, right? And by the way, is this dude pushing Bitcoin? Because if you're pushing fiat currency, that tells me you don't know anything. So I'd rather hear people bragging that, the Satoshis they got stacked rather than all this ultimately worthless fiat.
Cool. It's hypocritical.
How do you even know what I was going to say before I've even been allowed to ask the question?
I know what you're going to say.
Then what was I going to say?
You're going to say, why can't you ask the question?
Okay, so that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, how in the world can you create a standard that it's inappropriate to ask somebody, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about it.
You think that I haven't experienced?
So I guess I wasn't exactly sure what his point here was. I think he's saying, like, if you haven't been rich, you just don't know what it's like. I guess that's what he meant.
Experience wealth? Even
I was asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
I was asking if you did. I don't know who you are.
But even poor people experience days of wealth. And so the thing is
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely so.
Not.
Definitely so.
I've lived the lowest lows and the highest.
I don't know. Does Andrew mean like wealth in terms of like a good day, that's a wealthy thing, or I'm not sure, or does he just mean that not everybody it was always poor? They had times where they probably were doing okay. I guess that's what he means.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at the studies done on this, It does not.
I don't fit no fucking studies.
It does not
bro.
hugely improve a person's life.
Are you proud of who the fuck
Bro,
you are?
I fit no studies. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure everybody would fit some kind of stuff. It's just an odd thing to say. Like, I fit no studies. Like, there's no study that can be done on me because I'm not even like there's like no scientist is on my level, so he couldn't even study me. Like, I don't fit any study. You couldn't even study me because you can't even get me, dude. You're not even on my level.
Why
Well, look at, are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off.
I've been
Tell me.
A bag of trash. For being such a vocal public man, the one thing that stands out from this exchange is that his cut downs are not any good. They're like 4th grade level cut downs written by, right? Like Miss Ruby's 4th grade class. I mean, they're like at the level of, who was that idiot? Austin Peterson. Remember him? Like, the cut downs are just like no good. But if you're this bombastic of a dude, you would think that you've had enough of these encounters to have some decent cut downs. But I mean, I don't think even one of them lands.
You're fucking proud
because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ!
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison.
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
The whole time he keeps repeating 10-inch arms, and I'm thinking of that Kristen Wiig skit with the little hands. Like, does he mean 10-inch arms? And I was like, no, he means 10 inches around. I had to think about that for a minute. So maybe I'm not on his level. Like, his jokes are like over my head, but at least they're flying over a glorious head full of mane. And I got him beat on that one, right? So this dude's like, you couldn't get on my level. I'm like, I will always have you beat on Goldilocks, baby.
No, they go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
You're a prison dude. I'm more of a Fabio. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a happy. I'm happio in my Fabio. Okay, you over there on the 4-0. You over there with the 4-0. I'm over here with Fabio.
Raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
you're talking
what
about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to.
Now this is an odd exchange because, like, prison is a weird flex. You know what I mean? If it was a flex just about who has been more in prison, I guess you could flex on prison. But to flex on prison as if that itself is a flex is an odd flex. You ain't even been to prison, dude.
Fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ!
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No,
guys.
they go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been.
This is the weirdest exchange ever. So it's like, Andrew's laughing because this guy just says, yeah, we do. I'm a dude, we go to prison. Yeah. Right? Am I right?
Prison. Look,
That's
you're talking
what
about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison where they get raped.
Now you get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold on,
in
hold
front
on.
of everybody.
That's
Guys,
better.
guys,
You
guys.
think that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success, and then
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is.
let's
You
let him-
guys.
let's let him
Please
get his-
don't listen to that.
Wes, let's let him get his thing out, and then
Tits.
We can have different opinions.
Yeah,
Titties.
Anyway, back to where I was at.
Boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Prison. But anyway, if you want.
Fuck yeah.
He says it again. Yeah, prison, baby. Now, something tells me, do you think Wes is a boob man or a butt man? This is crazy.
Back to where I was at.
Boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Prison. But anyway, if you want.
Fuck yeah.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And
To take
yes,
care of a
I
family.
do think that
He went to prison to take care of a family. Okay. I don't believe that. So I don't know about you, but does that sound believable? He's there to take care of his family. This is just like every bit of this is preposterous. Ridiculous, but it's super entertaining. I have to admit. Now, the fun has only begun. We haven't even got the JimBob's part yet, and that's just as fun. So hold your horses here. If you want to support the show, you can do so via the Streamlabs link in the show description. So I'm sitting right here watching all this. Right, we're here live. I'm like filming this. I didn't even think about. I was like, I gotta clip this, dude. And that one of the clips has almost got 100,000 views on Twitter. That's about to come up here between the titty part. JimBob part was about shaving your arms. That part's coming up. That was my personal favorite part. Is because it was just, again, another odd flex. It's just the weird flexes that are going on. It's just shaving your arms, going to prison. Those are just weird flexes to me. But I haven't alpha achieved to that level, so I don't get that level yet. And I have to admit that. It's not a level I comprehend yet. But listen, I'm working on my blackmail operation right now. If you get my course, you'll learn it. That's a joke, by the way. And then maybe when I end up in the prisons, I'll get it. That's a joke, by the way. Before somebody tries to clip that. He's running a Diddy operation. Clip it, dude. I gotta tell you something though first though. Guys, if you want to alpha dom achieve, remember our playa instructor, Alpha Dom. Do you want to be a playa instructor like him? Well, you're going to need Chad mode. You're going to need to beef up your game and become a beefcake. Do you want golden locks like this? Yes. Then I'm going to tell you right now, watch this.
I'm going to put you on something crazy real quick. Most of these Zoomer gym bros are consuming macro-guzzling synthetic dyes and synthetic sweeteners on the daily. They don't even know it. Goofy AF. There's nothing great about that. Do not listen any further unless you are an alpha or sigma male. This is important and there could be consequences. There's a new certified sigma male pre-workout powder for sigmas only. It is guaranteed to empower you to dominate your co-workers, fire your boss, aggressively gamble, or invade a small village. Chad Mode stands out from the crowd by excluding artificial flavors, preservatives, sweeteners, and dyes. We've even avoided so-called natural flavors, which are actually not natural at all, ensuring a clean and effective formula. Experience the pure goodness of Chad Mode, colored with organic blue spirulina extract, organic lemon, cherry, and organic maple crystal. Forget synthetic caffeine made in a sketchy Chinese lab. Embrace the natural power of organic green coffee bean extract, which will get your mind going and pump you up to the max. Chad is made in America with all clean ingredients. The first clean pre-workout of its kind. Why are these people adding synthetic sweeteners to every single pre-workout when there are many studied downsides to consuming nasty fake sucralose? Each dose of Chad Mode contains the kick of a cup and a half of coffee, delivering a surge of energy alongside essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and herbal extracts. Chad Mode will allow you to fire your boss and dominate anyone who opposes you. Chad Mode will make you more dominant in your daily life, so proceed with caution. It's as simple as mixing 1 or 2 scoops of our fine powder into water or juice, providing you with a delicious, energizing beverage featuring a burst of sweet organic fruit flavor. Chad Mode will give you the extra edge you desperately crave. Don't miss out. Secure your supply of Chad Mode on TikTok Shop with a limited time massive discount. Elevate your workouts and supercharge your days. Chad Mode, not for your average gym bro.
Shout out to Vivek Roboswamy for that beautiful read on that ad. Perfect read there, Vivek Roboswamy. Now let's get back to this insanity. And we got to learn about... I think JimBob's up next because things are just now starting to get heated up, getting hot, getting a lot of yell going on. By the way, that Chad mode will put you in prison yell mode. You'll have the best of both worlds. You'll have a prison scream. You'll have prison tats. They'll just appear if you take Chad mode, and you'll also have golden locks like you see with me. Guaranteed. Head on over to chalk.com. Use promo code J50, that's JY50 to get 50% off. You can support the show also via Bitcoin right here, the QR code. That is the donation wallet. And let's learn more about how to be. By the way, everybody on this panel that you see, they had snorted one line of chalk before this event, and that's why everybody was so ramped up, ready to go.
The rejection of materialism is something missing in society, and I do think that true wealth is the family, and I think that true wealth is having a wife, and true wealth, that is what I think it is, and that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
and then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the beach
success
with
is.
your family, they're like, "There's my stud dad right there, standing there.
Do you have
that stud right there with his shirt off?
Do you have children?
Look at that stud.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
Now, the internet, by the way, explains that, I don't know if this is true, but the internet claims that those are not his children. But I don't know if that's the case.
You have 2. So are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the...
I don't got kids, but I name my Bugattis after kids. I name my Bugattis after the kids that I would have. My first Bugatti is named Tyler. My second Bugatti is named Dontarius. That's my 2 kids. What are you going to do about that? Boom. Get some chalk mode right now. J50.
Table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining
that
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're going to attack.
Straight
You're going to
up.
attack me?
All right.
Now it's starting to get a little heated. This is when it starts to turn into UFC. It's going to go full octagon. We're going to put these boys in the octagon.
God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining and just make an argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're going to attack.
You're
going to attack me?
All right. Nobody's
Do you usually attack armed men in Florida?
So I guess because he's a firearms instructor, he was concealed carry, I guess. I don't know. But this was an odd, this heated up pretty quick. This is the beginning of the event, by the way. This is the first 9 minutes of the event.
Dude,
All right.
look
Let's
at
just-
your goddamn self.
Okay, guys,
I've never
guys,
seen such a
dude.
pathetic motherfucker.
Let's chill out a little bit, man. A little bit.
This is not what men
Let's let
look
him.
like.
Let's let him.
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners?
Dude, fuck.
Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society.
Woo! It's getting hot in here, so take off Myron's clothes. It's getting hot in here, so hot. So put on all your Bugatti clothes. I'm wearing my Versace suit to this event. This my Versace. Y'all got a Versace suit? Y'all, what y'all wearing? Y'all wearing that dude's in the dude wearing all of the bling is in flip flops and socks. This is wow. I didn't even notice that. But I do appreciate JimBob and Andrew coming with that middle class vibe, playing their characters perfectly. I love it. I love it. It's not even. It hasn't even gotten crazy yet.
It's people like this think they can talk to someone like me like that. They really think they can.
Now, I don't think Wes seems to understand what a debate is. So, now, I mean, if we were at the bar and this was, an argument over a UFC match, then no, I would say it would not be appropriate to talk a bunch of smack to this individual who does not seem to be level-headed. It seems like you're probably going to end up in a brawl. But this is a debate forum. This was said to, at the beginning, they said, we're going to have aggressive setting for a debate, I was told, when I thought I might be on this. If you are coming to a debate forum, you need to be able to engage with the rules of logic and argumentation. And it doesn't seem like he's familiar with these rules.
He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
I mean, you're the one who got hostile for having.
The problem with the sort of overly emphasized meathead type of person is that they think that logic and reasoning don't matter at all. And they do. It's one component of reality of existence that we all must submit to. And it doesn't matter how much you can bench, you can't break the laws of logic. You can't violate the law of identity, the law of non-contradiction, etc., right? But I think a lot of gym dudes that don't know anything, they actually think that the only thing that matters is will to power, which is a very naive and silly thing to believe, right? It's kind of childish to not realize that we have to orient ourselves with humility to reality, right? The same humility that he demanded earlier. Remember, he was saying earlier, like, you got to have some humility. And if you want to learn how I got the life I have, you should ask me in humility. Well, do you consider the possibility that maybe other people have skill sets that you don't have that you might could learn? But he doesn't seem to be able to do that.
A difference of opinion.
Dude, check it out. You started coming at me about some other shit. This is what the show is supposed to be about. I like this shit. So personally,
So do I.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy
But
blood sports.
We can agree to disagree.
We can we can
We
have
can move on, but
we can-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, men don't have tits. We can agree on that. Physically,
Men usually have hair. We can agree on that, too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
I think we can see each side has
By,
different
by
opinions.
choice, crossing gender barriers. By growing tits.
So, what about you, brother?
All right.
So I think that this dude, this is his whole thing, right? He does the yell at you, get you, boot camp type of a thing. And, Andrew comes at it with the I'm here to debate mindset. So two totally different process going on here, right? It gets even crazy. Now, here comes the JimBob part. This is where it gets really wild.
Nice.
Crazy.
Being successful is effectively acting on your intentions. And I think I agree with Andrew that your intentions must align with something bigger than yourself. In my case, it's God, the Christian God. And so success to me is fulfilling on your intentions, but maintaining your ethical standards. And if you're doing that as a Christian, you are, in fact, procreating. And if you're not, you're doing something that fills in that gap that's equally effective to contributing to a moral society. And I think if you're not contributing to a moral society and you're only contributing to a consumerist society, a materialistic society, that's the only thing you're going to worship. And
now people are saying in the chat, you said you didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who was on this panel. They didn't even say who was on their panel. You're laying down severe judgment on who. It's just I think this is entertaining, dude. This is straight up comedy. So I don't know what you're upset about. Now some people are saying they think that it was a setup, a trap for Andrew and JimBob. I don't think so. I mean, it seems like because Andrew was on whatever many times, and those were pretty popular clips, and Andrew was then on Fresh and Fit, and those were popular clips. I don't think it was a setup, but I have no idea. So again, we were at this event I thought I was going to be having a debate. None of that even happened. So I don't know what you're talking about, that I'm not being fair to the event. I mean, this is the event, right? This is what it is. Nobody even knew exactly what was going to happen until we got there.
tons of people worship material things and flash it around, but it's vacant. It's spiritually vacant.
The craziest thing is, if you looked at the people who are supposedly materialistic, we've helped more people than these guys who claim
Why is helping? Why is helping? Wait. Why is helping important to you?
So, JimBob and Andrew immediately want to go into more philosophical depth, right, about where we get our values. That if you think that gaining money matters, why, right? And it's sort of like these guys are like, man, who cares? We don't even want to ask that question. Just get paid. Just get paid. Like, it's like, yeah, but what is the point of this? Why would it be feminine? Why would it not be masculine to ask basic questions about life, about, what philosophy does, right? Philosophy asks you, what is the good life? What is wisdom? How do we attain wisdom? And yeah, okay, maybe it is the case that we shouldn't even ask those questions. Maybe philosophy is a bunch of nerds that, I don't know, spurred out on questions that shouldn't matter, and we should then what? So if philosophy is dumb and for egghead nerds, and then we should just what? Just lift and get paid. So wine, women, and song. So just the vanity of vanities that's talked about in Ecclesiastes. That's all there is. Well, if that's all there is, there's no reason to get those things, because those things don't matter. Nothing matters. As Metallica said, nothing else matters. I hate Metallica, but you know what I'm saying.
Because I know what it's like to be at the bottom.
So, okay. So, are you helping someone if you give them an expensive watch?
Why do you think we just do that? You must not know who you're talking to.
I asked you a question. You didn't answer it.
I give them the habits to build themselves.
What did I ask you, though?
Said, am I helping them if I give them an expensive watch? I give them habits, a mindset.
So the answer is no.
How to operate.
So if you give them...
But you guys are assuming we're only doing...
So JimBob's again trying to get him to go into more depth about what he believes, his worldview, all this kind of stuff. Of course, that guy does not want to go there. But what this demonstrates really is just kind of the vacuous, empty nature of hedonism, right? Again, none of the things that are being talked about are in themselves bad. There's nothing wrong with being successful, doing that so you can have a wife and a family, having a job, a business that you build. All those things are goods. But they're not ends in themselves, and so what's the end? What's the purpose? What's the goal of everything? Well, if you read Ecclesiastes, a lot of what's going on in this conversation is exemplified. Because the first part is Solomon, who had everything that the hustle bros have, beyond all of them. Richest dude, biggest kingdom at that time, many, many ladies. He had it all. And he said that all the wine, the women, the songs, it left me empty. And I realized that I was made for more than just pleasure and just hedonism. I was made for God. And then everything gets oriented in the right hierarchy. So what's being discussed here is not two different opposing positions of you either choose God and misery or you choose success and wealth. It's that things have to be put in a hierarchy. So if God comes first, the other things will fall in line. That's the idea. And that means what's appropriate to you and your station in life. So in other words, if you're entering into monastic life, then no, wine, women, song, business is not going to be your concern. But if you're not going into that, which is most of us, then you can learn from some of these things. I'm not saying all this stuff, because a lot of the advice here is not going to help you out. But like we did in our 2 previous podcasts talking about, some of the things to avoid. To this guy's credit, he did say avoid drugs and drinking all the time. That's exactly what I was saying on the other podcast, right? But we got to have more than just hedonism. And I think that's the point that's being made that doesn't actually get there, because Wes doesn't apparently want the conversation to get to that.
Talk about materialism.
Can a man answer a direct question?
Jesus Christ. These Karens.
The answer is no.
Look at these fucking Karens.
Go ahead,
dude.
buddy.
How the fuck did these guys even get up here? Why would you bring me here with people?
Now, this is interesting because, if you're a man confident in his position, his wealth, and all these attainments, and somebody asks just a simple, direct question, like, why couldn't you just answer it, right? Why couldn't you just say, well, this is what I think on that? But it's now starting to get more and more out of hand, and it's like, man, this dude is like, one thing a guy learns, I think, when you study philosophy, especially something like Stoic philosophy, is the idea that the things that are out of your control, you can't control. So there's no point in being upset over those things. And so you're cultivating self-control and not being controlled by your emotions. But a lot of guys that get really into, I don't know, becoming a bodybuilder or whatever, they're very easily set off, you see. So I think that there could definitely be some philosophical insight here.
You didn't answer the question.
Dude, fucking shit.
We got different of opinion here. Okay, go ahead, Miguel.
This is why they split it like this. I'm sorry you got put over there.
No, I know.
You don't really fit over there. We need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll still answer the question. Is giving someone an expensive...
All this guy does is insult Andrew and JimBob, and they handle it very well because they don't get mad. They just keep kind of pressing the point. And it never gets addressed. The other guy just kind of keeps getting more and more angry.
When any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Now, a lot of the audience says yes, which is funny.
They're skilled to some things.
Whoever fucking said
Hang
that.
on. That bass guy right there just said,
All the guys in the audience said yeah, and then this guy's like, F you for wanting to hang out with JimBob and Andrew. It's like, this is just getting really weird.
oh, yes, shut up. That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
The whole crowd says, yeah, we'd hang out with them.
Different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me places.
Different guys
Yeah,
on the
we
panel
can tell.
have different skill sets and different things that they bring to the table.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a fucking jelly donut.
Hey, bro, your toupee, it's still back.
These cut downs are so. I feel like I'm in like grade school, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being in grade school. Let's hear this again.
People don't invite me places.
Guys. Different guys
Yeah,
on the
we
panel
can tell.
have different skill sets and different things that they bring to the table.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a fucking jelly donut.
Hey, bro, your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head. You
Sure, are you sure you shave your head? Or?
Shave your head.
Okay. We got
All right. Go ahead, Miguel.
We're on Rumble, right?
Yeah.
We're on YouTube, too.
Oh, well, fuck it. We do it live. We're not on mic yet. We do it live.
Bro, George Michael wants his pants back.
Dude, God damn. Look at whose shirt is that? Dude.
Freedom, freedom. You got to give what you take. Heaven knows I was just a tomboy. That George Michael reference was pretty lit. That was pretty funny.
But your fucking mom bought you that. Your aunt bought you that for fucking Thanksgiving.
Hey, Mal, aunts know how to dress a boy. That wasn't even a good cut down. I'd be honored if my aunt bought me a shirt. My aunt probably bought me this shirt. What you talking about? Aunt, like aunts ain't got no style, dude. What you talking about?
Dinner. That's like Oshkosh Bagosh or some shit, bro.
Oh, he done brought out that 8th grade cut down. Oh, you got your Oshkosh Bagosh. Damn, dude, it's getting low blows here. And JimBob's just smiling, having a good time. How come this dude didn't I mean, with all that money, this guy's like, later on he says, I make like $1,000, $200,000 a month. With all that money, you could hire somebody to write some good cut downs. You could hire me to write good cut downs for half price cut downs. I'll help you out. I can definitely write better cut downs than you look like Oshkosh Bagosh. Your aunt bought you a shirt.
Welcome
Jesus
to the
Christ.
roast session today.
Dude, any of you guys who fucking,
I feel like I'm
holy
in the locker room.
shit. If those are men to you guys,
God
go fucking
forbid,
kill
God
yourself.
forbid you say watches are not important to this guy.
No, it's the thing about materialism. Yeah,
you worship it, dude. You worship
These guys
it.
must have grown up with money.
Bro,
The people
you
who didn't
worship
grow up with
material.
money chase money.
I don't understand the logic here. They must have grown up with money?
Dude,
Materialism.
Shut the fuck up.
You
You don't
worship
know me,
it.
you fucking
I can
lame.
tell. I can tell.
So all JimBob is saying is that everything you're saying is just about materialism, which is true, and it's really angering this dude.
By your speaking.
How the fuck do you think you
Listen
know me?
how reactive you are if someone
Shave
says...
your goddamn arms.
See, you can't deal with it. You can't deal with it. Why would I shave my arms? I'm a man.
Look at these pale fucks.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
Shave your...
Again, another weird flex. Shave your arms. What? Shave your arms? Shave your arms. I'm confused.
Yeah, you worship it, dude. You worship it.
These guys must have grown up with money.
Bro, you worship material.
Chase money.
Worship materialism.
Shut the fuck up.
You
You don't
worship
know me,
it.
you fucking
I can
lame.
tell. I can tell by your speaking.
How the fuck do you think you
Listen
know me?
how reactive you are if someone
Shave
says...
your goddamn arms.
See, you can't
bro.
deal with it. You can't deal with it. Why would I shave my arms? I'm a
Look
man.
at these pale fucks.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
Shave...
The whole audience was dying laughing at this point. That's, again, a weird flex. Like, shave your arms and go to prison.
Your body! Aren't you a man?
Look at this guy, dude.
Okay, let's let Miguel finish this real quick.
Let's post these guys.
Shave your pubes!
Hey, post these guys women
guys,
back
guys,
here.
guys.
I want to see these
guys.
guys women. Let's put these trolls back here.
Women are not objects in our world. 'Cause we're not materialists.
Guys, relax.
I've never heard more
Relax.
lies in my life.
Relax.
This is one thing I don't like.
Wes,
It's
come on,
people
man.
who lie.
Wes,
You're crying.
Wes, let's just
Wait,
move on.
No.
Where were the lies? All they did was ask questions. like Andrew was like, I don't have any money. What's your worldview? Where's the lie? I don't get it.
No. We're gonna
move
continue.
on.
I
We're
can
gonna
make
move on.
you cry if you want.
We're gonna move on.
That's all
We're
you
gonna move
got.
on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move
I
on.
could if you want.
We're gonna
No,
move
y'all,
on.
that's all you got is threats.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna
I'm
move
a great
on.
speaker.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on.
At least,
Okay,
I, can
Miguel,
answer,
go ahead.
at least
Miguel.
I can answer a direct question.
Guys.
Oh my
We're gonna move
God,
on.
how
Go
did
ahead,
you
Miguel.
bring me here? I thought this was
Go
like
ahead.
some real
Wes,
shit.
Wes, we gotta chill, man. We gotta chill.
I did.
This guy wants to fight all these guys over what? What does he want to fight them for? They're just asking you questions, man.
Wes,
I
go
don't
ahead.
give a fuck.
All right, what's success, right? Freeing the slaves. That's what it is. Mental slaves, man. That's what it is, man. And I gotta agree with Wes. You gotta help people out. Like you can't like.
So I think at this point, everything got calmed down. Outis for $3. Are you familiar with Dr. Heiser? Yes, he used to be a subscriber to my website before he passed away. How can the Father be not seen? We already answered this question. Out 6-7, $3. The Saint Cyril of Alexandria and Maximus believed that Genesis 18 was the Trinity. I don't have their commentary immediately in front of me, but it's symbolic of the Trinity, as we've said, but it's not the person of the Father. So I don't know where you're getting this. Emmett, $10. I'm not Protestant. When I hear you, did we already do these? Where would he have quoted Genesis 12? Emmett, the part where Abraham first believes. You don't understand that argument? If Abraham is called in Genesis 12 and first believes God then that should have been where he transitioned from wrath to grace, if Romans 4 is a Protestant view. Jamie Bursick, $5.07, sends a smiley face. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. I'm assuming you're a dude. You could be a chick. Frankie D, $5. It's cool to see you on a lot of these mainstream shows and podcasts. Kristen sent me. God bless. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun to be on Luke's podcast. We had a great chat, and I'll be on Timcast in a couple weeks. So, yeah, that was fun. And hopefully that'll be fun, too. Fabio on the net talking about me. $3. I'm eating all my GMO French fries in my Target Skyrise. Hillary Clinton is the supreme leader. We all smoke fentanyl and bring social justice to the evil. Now, I thought this was going to be a rap. You faked me out, dude. You almost rhymed it. I'm eating GMO French fries in my Target Skyrise. And then nothing else rhymed, dude. You screwed me over. Vibranium, $5. You got to be rich, ripped, and rare. That means your Funko Pops better be busting. Your IPAs better be flowing. Your prison poop coin gotta be maxing. So again, it wasn't rhyming, dude. You guys are tripping me out thinking you're sending me bars. How am I gonna spit bars when they don't rhyme? JimBob, $20. Your grandmother was a BBL. And I still don't know what a BBL is. It's a bunch of that prison lingo. That's that prison lingo, boy. You only speak that if you hard. You gotta be hard to speak that prison lingo. Gary, $50. Wes Watson is like a video game speedrunner. He devotes his entire life to things that are ultimately meaningless, but calls himself a winner. Well, that's the point that JimBob and Andrew are asking, which is, what is the point of life? This is philosophy. So it would behoove, I think, every wise man who wants to be a man to know some philosophy. Otherwise, you might get angry at basic philosophical questions. Sheffy, $5. How does a psychopath, sociopath find salvation? Same way all of us do. By repentance and healing in the church. Can they find salvation if they can't love their neighbor? Well, you understand everybody has psychopathy and sociopathy to some degree. It's just called sin. It's just called self-love. So that's just psychobabble terminology for people who worship themselves. Can they be saved through faith and good acts but without emotion? Okay, love isn't an emotion, first of all. Okay, you might have a feeling, but if you look at the way love is described, it's not emotions. Love is patient, love is kind, love is actions. It's not feelings. Feelings might be involved. That's not what love is. L. Emmanuel, $5. This guy, Wes, says, listen to your conscience. That's the real God. Such wisdom, no need for specificity. The basic idea is true, right? I mean, yeah, God is speaking to you through your conscience. But the purpose of the conscience is also that we come to know God. Conscience isn't just there for you to worship yourself. It's also so that you can go know the God that gave you the conscience. So that's the part that's missing. Daniel Rodriguez, $10. I was received into the Orthodox Church today. By the way, true masculinity is about being the loudest, the biggest, the monkey with all the bananas. Keep up the good work. Now, we know about this from a man called Matthew Dillahunty, a.k.a. Matthew Dillamonkey. Matt Dillamonkey, you climbed up in that tree. What you doing up there? Why you scared? Why you running from every debate? You ran from me. He didn't actually run from Andrew, but that's the funny part, right? My video isn't coming up. Where's it at? I'm going to have to torture y'all with it again. Every time it gets brought up, you know it's going to get played. I'm sorry, and it's going to be in your head all night. I apologize.
Monkey, you climbed up in that tree. What you doing up there? Why you scared? Why you running from every debate? You ran from Andrew and from me. Not till the monkey, you like they female monkeys with their bananas between their trees, hanging down upside down. That's a smile. It's a smile. Matt Dilla monkey, what you doing to me? Dilla monkey. Dilla monkey.
All right, that's enough of that. Ooh. People said, you got low-key good singing pipes. Thank you. DC Custom, $10. I'm looking forward to seeing the podcast with Luke. Be well. It's over on his channel and on his Bumble. Alula, $5. Hello. I'm always happy to see you. I'm happy for your continued success. Happy Palm Sunday. Yep. Hopefully everybody can make it to church tomorrow. You should check out the show, Shogun. Hashtag J50 at chalk.com. Exactly. Absolutely, Alula. Yes. And by the way, many people have said, go watch Shogun. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, so that was the essence of this wild event here. Then, to kind of put a cap on it, So after Alex puts this up, it starts getting some good traction here. We got about 300,000. Now it's getting up to 360,000, but there was 250,000 views, and then David Icke, of all people, chimed in. I've never directly interacted with David Icke. Back in the day, many years ago, when I first had my website, David Icke, or whoever ran his website 10 years ago, would put a lot of the movie analyses up. But I've never talked to David Icke, don't know him. I have read, I think, 2 of his books over the years, so I'm familiar with his worldview. I have heard him give interviews many, many times. I've seen his presentations years ago. So, I'm familiar with the overall worldview that he has. He did not like this video. So for whatever reason, he didn't like it. Over here on his channel, we got 471,000 views. And he says, no, mate. Constantly recurring math and geometry, talking about in nature, that was what my talk was about, confirms that we live in a virtual reality simulation created by anything but God. So first statement here is the fact that there's geometry and design out there in the world would not confirm that we live in a simulation. And by the way, as I've always pointed out for many years about this mistake at a basic philosophical level, one way that we know that all reality can't be a lie, a simulation, or an illusion is that if you take that to be the case, let's say that it is the case that all reality is a lie or an illusion, then your coming to know that all reality is a lie or an illusion is also part of the illusion and thus self-defeating. So the very basic premise of this worldview, its view of knowledge, makes knowledge impossible. You could no longer have justified true belief if everything were a delusion or an illusion or a simulation. So it's an impossible worldview. And he goes on to say that it would mean that it was created by anything but God. So anything but God? So aliens? So aliens are more sensible than God, but then you would be giving to the aliens all the properties and attributes of God. So it doesn't even make any sense to say anything but God, because now the creator is just some other thing that is still God. If you're looking for a creator of the Matrix, try the symbolism of the Old Testament tyrant. So he just repeats Gnosticism, but does he have any awareness of the criticisms of Gnosticism? I mean, there have been many critiques of Gnosticism over the years. I've done at least 2 talks and 1 debate about Gnosticism. You can find that on my channel. Just type in Jade Eric on Gnosticism, and we go through refuting and critiquing the presuppositions of Gnosticism. And the first point is that there's not one Gnosticism. There are many different Gnostics and systems that they proposed, and they all contradict. So it's very difficult to pick out what you might think is the true Gnostic system, because there's not an ancient, coherent, single Gnostic view. There's a myriad of them. And they're all very odd and bizarre and kind of contradictory. For example, how do we avoid the classic Platonic problem of the fact that if this reality, again, is fake, gay, and a simulation, then we don't have anything to compare the real reality outside of it to this, you see. And we couldn't know it. We don't even know that there is such a thing, right? You see what I'm saying? In other words, if this is all fake, then we don't have anything to judge the real by. We don't know anything about that world out there beyond this world. So this was all fake, it's illusion. Therefore, there's nothing to tell us what the real world is or what truth is. Everything becomes illusory, Maya, dream, or whatever. And again, knowledge is impossible. Not only can we not have a basis for knowledge, we also don't have a way to ground the true versus the false, because we live in the false. So we don't have any reference point to the true, you see. We don't know what the true is. It's not possible to know the true if that's the case. Thus, we can't make true statements, true propositions. The fact that the God of the Old Testament is a creator God would then mean that the first statement is false. Because he says in the first statement, math and geometry proves that we're in a simulation, but it's not God. But if you're looking for a creator of the simulation, it's God. I mean, the first sentence and the next sentence contradict each other. The New Testament, he thinks, is a God of love. Just a basic misunderstanding of the continuity between both the Old and New Testament, and that the God of the New Testament, according to Jesus, many times over, is the same God in the Old Testament. We've done many, many lectures and talks on this. I don't think David Icke is interested in that. I don't think he's going to listen to it. And of course, I offered David Icke to debate after this, and I don't expect him at all to take me up on it. I said, you're welcome to have a public debate. And then Lord Voldemort chimed in. Let's have a friendly debate. I'll host it. As Elvis loved to say, come on, baby, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I said, again, David, I'm happy to offer you a public debate. I don't believe that that will ever occur. So I thought I might give a few comments to you guys on what I would say about a Gnostic paradigm, a Gnostic worldview. If you want a bigger, a fuller refutation of this, you can find the talk that I did on Against Heresies by Irenaeus, and then the debate that I did some years ago with a Gnostic boomer guy named Scott Smith. And I think that'll come up. Let's see. Let's type in Gnostic and see what comes up. So here's the debate with Scott Smith from 5 years ago, where we debate the Gnostic worldview. You can go watch that video if you're interested in that. And then the other video was, there's this one, J. Dyer on Gnosticism. This is me talking about Irenaeus. That's not my full talk, though. Here's the full talk. Gnosticism refuted and St. Irenaeus is Against Heresies. That's actually a 7-year-old talk. So we talked about it 7 years ago there. This is a talk on Yaroslav Pelikan's book, Christianity and the Christian Tradition. This is on volume 1, the first 600 years of Christianity. We cover a lot of Gnosticism in this talk. That was from 4 years ago. This is critiquing this Vedic dude who says Jesus was a Vedic dude, not M. Night Shyamalan. I put that there to be funny, but another talk that relates to Gnosticism. So all of these are relevant if you're interested. This was some weirdos called in this night who had this worldview. So anyway, plenty of videos to cover that topic if you're interested. L2A, $3. JimBob and Andrew were great. Why weren't you up on the stage with these homies? Well, as I explained at the beginning, I thought originally that there might be a spot to debate with Muhammad Hijab. Turns out that wasn't the case. There was not going to be any Muhammad Hijabs present. Then I thought I might get to debate, but then it wasn't debates with girls, because I was ready to get into it with them OFs. And then it turned out no, it was just they just wanted Andrew and JimBob. So I don't know. That's just how it went down. Anyway, a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Remember, we are going to be live in Vegas. Please come to our Vegas show. It's going to be a blast. Get your tickets right here. If you head on over to my page, you'll see the very top video. It is the Eventbrite link right here. Me, Isaac Weishaupt, Jamie, my wife, and Jamie Kennedy, not my wife. We will be giving a 6-hour fun presentation. It's a party. Everybody says our events are lit. They're infotainment parties. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to get to meet Jamie Kennedy, get your Scream stuff signed, wear Scream mask, get it signed. Jamie does stand up. He's a funny dude. Isaac's going to give a presentation on Eyes Wide Shut. I'm going to be talking about espionage, dark spiritual forces, and blackmail. And Jamie will be talking about esoteric Hollywood and the occult, witchcraft, in terms of movies and film. This is not the same talk that we gave last year. This is all new material. So be sure and get your tickets to the live event. It's also in the show description, and it's going to be a blast. June 22nd in Las Vegas. Big show, big event, and I want to see you guys out there. Otherwise, you can get my books over at the website, jasonelsis.com. Signed copies there. You can subscribe to me on Rockfin. You can follow me on X and all those different places. And go check out the podcast that we did with Isaac. I'm sorry, not Isaac. Isaac did put up a video about our show. He put up a podcast about our show. So be sure and follow Isaac as well. But go check out my Charles Carroll, excuse me. So finally, since I went and got to do the show with Sam Hyde, we had a blast. Charles wasn't there. So since I spent a few days with Nick and Sam, I wanted to talk to Charles. And so Charles was gracious enough to do an interview with me. So shout out to Charles from $1 Million Extreme. And we did a fascinating 1-hour discussion inside the mind of Charles Carroll. We talked about $1 Million Extreme. We talked about Season 2 of World Peace. We talked about the creative process, his favorite comedians, his influences. We talked about lit. He's a lit man, a man of letters. So he's studied in undergrad literature. We talked about Cormac McCarthy. We talk about Tolkien, Lewis. And then we get into the esoteric stuff with energy vampirism. So go over to Rockfin and check out my interview with the legendary